Explorers, I'm Nia. I'm a rum enthusiast and it is rum time. You're like, where am I, right? So I just received this amazing box from Clement USA. Super excited for Tea Punch Week. So we're gonna go ahead and do an unboxing of this. Pretty big box, very excited. So ta-da! Here's a tea punch kit. So this is the first time that I'm trying a tea punch. So what is a tea punch? Based on my research, it's a Western Caribbean rhyme that children would learn. And the rhyme goes, 1 is sour, 2 is sweet, 3 is strong, 4 weak. Add some spice, make it nice. That is your Western Caribbean punch. So that's a Western Caribbean punch. This one is a tea punch, which tea comes from petit, but they abbreviate it in the Creole slang. So let's see what we have inside in this box. So as you all know, if you recently saw my last video with Jami from Ready Set Rum, I was able to try my first Agricole, so maybe someone listened to me and sent me this package. I really appreciate it, but I'm gonna put the card up above so y'all can see that review of very different Clement rums. This is going to be very interesting because this is more on the basic side of the Clement. This is gonna be the white rum. So super well packaged. Bottle from Martinique. It's a Rhum Agricole Blanc, which is white in French. So this is the bottle. They sent 2 little packages of sugar. So obviously 1 is sour, is gonna be the lime. 2 is sweet, the sugar. 4 is 3 is strong, which is obviously this. And then the very cool thing that I saw on social media was this very cute little board that people were using to cut. Wow, this is so cool. So they call this the Clement wood cutting board. It's very beautiful. It has their name on there. And then the last little thing is going to be the traditional knife, a couteau chien, which is this one, and chien is actually dog, and it does have a cute little dog here, which is very cool. Again, this is the bottle, as the Rhum Agricole white rum. And very cool, they also have the recipe back here. So it says press a quarter of a lime, pour a clash of Clement cane syrup, and 4 cls of 40% Clement white. They also do traditionally use what's called like a swizzle stick. So it's traditionally called a le bois lele, which basically helps you mix all the ingredients at the bottom. So I did see a couple videos on how to make this because it's very precise. You know, the French, this is their version of the Caribbean punch. So let's start. Okay, so I'm back. So very precise in a lot of the recipes. It says that you have to cut basically a sliver of this. I know it says 1/4 of a lime in there, but most of the recipes, especially from Ed Hamilton from Ministry of Rum, he's very precise on that. So I'm literally gonna cut just a little smidgy and throw that in there. Now this particular box, it says take some sugar, put it in your glass, add the 2 ounces of Clement, 2 ounces, squeeze a drop, a little lime cheek into your glass and stir or swizzle, and voila. But I'm gonna stick to more of the traditional version of this cocktail. And basically the traditional method is you put the lime in there, you put the sugar. I saw some people in Europe, they were getting these PR kits, and they actually had the Martinique syrup. So if you're in Florida and you know where I can get the Martinique brown sugar syrup, please let me know. I'd love to go get some, because this granulated sugar is great, but it's kind of difficult to deal with. And now all you do is basically push the juices out of the lime just a smidge, and then I'm gonna add the 2 ounces of this Rhum Agricole. Screw cap, no cork, so no pop. It smells like a traditional Rhum Agricole. I'm gonna put 2 ounces in here. Now I don't have the swizzle stick, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and mix it as best as possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix this. Now, they say the recipe is very precise, because if you put too much sour, it'll basically be like a daiquiri, which is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do a very traditional cocktail. Too much sugar makes it too sweet. It's like the perfect balance of everything. So you want to be very precise with the recipe. I'm going to taste this the traditional way, which is like this. Sadly, the granulated sugar is taking a little bit longer as I expected to mix, but the spoon definitely helps everything mix together. I'm going to keep on mixing this a little bit. Okay, so I think that's the best we're going to get to at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and try it like this, and then add some ice and see. Cheers! And happy Tea Punch Week! Wow, that's really good. It's a little bit on the stronger side because it's a Rhum Agricole, but it is the perfect balance of sour and sweet, and the Rhum Agricole makes it very aromatic. But with the lime and the sugar, wow, that's delicious already. So I imagine adding some ice in here is going to be even better. I think I'm going to add some ice after another sip because this was really good. Wow, that is very good. I'm very impressed. Very refreshing, especially here when we live in Florida. It gets really hot, and I could totally see myself drinking these on the boat or in the pool or by the pool. So if you can grab yourself a little Rhum Agricole, a little brown sugar, preferably, since this is rum from the Martinique and the tea punch is from Martinique, preferably would be best for you to grab the sugar in liquid form from Martinique. That's kind of like the brown sugar but in syrup form, and just a teeny piece of the lime, and put the juices in there just a little bit with the muddlers, what I used. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some ice. I don't want it to dilute it too much, because I think that's why kind of like the more traditionalists are upset when people add ice. So I put a big old block in there so it doesn't dilute it too much. I'm just gonna cool down the spirit. This is a 40% volume rum, so it is a little bit on the heavier side as far as the hug, just a little bit more intense than I expected, even with it being a white rum, but this is delicious. Cheers. Wow, even better. And honestly, I've seen some people that mix this with simple syrup. I would not do that. I feel like that is a disservice to this cocktail. I absolutely love the profile that the granulated brown sugar or raw sugar, in this case, this is what they gave me. It gives, you know, a different little taste, a little profile, like a little bit on the sweeter side. Very different. It adds definitely to the cocktail. The lime, you know, I'm a big fan of limes. And then the Rhum Agricole, it's delicious. This is great. great. Thank you so much, Clement. I absolutely love your rum. It is delicious. So I do want to, since I did get this bottle, I want to go through the full typical review besides opening this amazing package that I was sent. So let's go through the tasting notes of this rum. So moving on to the actual review of the rum itself. So basically this rum is an approachable, highly mixable rum, perfect for cocktails. It is a Rhum Agricole, which means this is processed from the sugarcane juice. So after that, it is aged for 6 months and gradually reduced over time. So you're gonna get some very aromatic notes. It says the nose should be sweet, vegetal, which sometimes people call it like a little bit grassy or funky. To me, it personally smells like sugarcane, like straight up sugarcane. And then as far as the palate, it says it's soft, graceful with notes of fresh cut grass and green beans. This is a very, very clear spirit. There's no color to it. And then as far as the classification, based on my recent rum education, I did buy the Royal Rum Society's official rum tasting journal so I could start documenting all these rums that I'm trying. And based on the journal, we're going to talk about the way they classify the different rums. So as far as the journal is concerned, this is going to be a Rhum Agricole. As far as the Gargano classification, this is going to be a pure single Rhum Agricole, which is basically saying that it's made out of sugarcane juice and then processed in a pot still. The third way of classifying the rums, which is the Royal Rum Society's way of classifying rums, there's 3 different categories. So they classify them from dry to sweet, and then the second category of the Royal Rum Society is bland to flavorful, and that they use A through G. I'm going to give this one a D. And as far as the whiskey exchange classification, so yes, you've heard it here first. Royal Rum Society does use the whiskey exchange flavor camps to also give classifications to the rum. So they have different categories, and this one is herbaceous and grassy because it is a Rhum Agricole. So after analyzing all these categories, this is going to be classified on my palate and experience. It's going to be a 3DM, so it's a 3 on the dry to sweet, a D on the bland to flavorful, and an M on the harsh to light. So this is a very unique rum. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. If you have tried this, please go ahead and put a comment down below. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you, and I can also welcome you on board. You're also automatically entered to my giveaways that I tend to do here and there, so you don't have to do absolutely anything. Subscribers are automatically entered, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell, comment down below. Would love to hear from you. I know this is like a big divider type of a rum. You either love it or you hate it. I personally love it. It's very unique. This one is very smooth and flavorful, but it does pack a punch because of the fact that it's a Rhum Agricole. So I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to the next rum. Cheers. And thank you, Clement, again for the little package. I've enjoyed celebrating Tea Punch Week, and hope you did too. Cheers.